Today you're going to be learning about who is a citizen. How do we define the term citizen in the United States? There are many different definitions, and this PowerPoint will take you through all the different definitions that we use here in the USA. You'll be taking notes with each slide and listening along. Please pause the video as you go to make sure that you're writing down the information that you need to write. Let's begin. The 14th Amendment should be the heading on top of your paper underneath the main one that said, "What is a citizen?" Please make sure that you're adding the headings. They're very important as you take notes. So, the 14th Amendment says, all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. This definition is important because it tells us how the United States defines the term citizen. It's not necessarily the definition that we're going to use, but you need to know that it comes straight from the U.S. Constitution. Please write down the 14th Amendment on your paper and underline the words born or naturalized, since these are our key words. Pause the video, and then when you're ready to begin, press play. Law of soil is one of the definitions that we use to help understand who is a citizen. Any child born in the United States is a citizen of the United States, even if the child's parents are not citizens. It's very important to understand. So, for example, law of soil would be if your parents immigrated from another country, came to the United States, and had you here, they wouldn't be citizens, but you would be, based on where you were born. So think about soil as exactly where you are born. Some soil of the United States includes Puerto Rico, Guam, the Virgin Islands, and the Northern Mariana Islands. This also includes Air Force bases around the world. So if you're born, let's say you're born in Germany and you're born on an Air Force base or an Army base, because that counts as U.S. soil, you are still a United States citizen. Law of blood is the opposite, and by opposite, I mean it goes along with it. This is our second definition of law of blood and citizenship. The principle in which citizenship is determined by the parents rather than where you're born. So when you think of blood, I know it's kind of gruesome, but think that your parents gave you blood, and therefore whatever they are as far as citizens, that's what you are. The U.S. recognizes children born to American citizens abroad. So for example, let's say that your parents were vacationing, they went on a cruise, and you were born over the ocean. You're not part of the ocean citizenship, you're whatever your parents are. You need to at least have one parent be a citizen of the United States. So to sum it up, law of soil is where you are born, must be within the United States or any territory or possession, and law of blood is who you are born to. Please make sure you're pausing the video to take notes. Who is a natural-born citizen? Any person born in the United States to parents who are citizens. So, for example, we've talked about law of blood, law of soil, so it's where you're born or who your parents are. So that is a natural-born citizen. Natural-born citizens are born with all of the rights held by the U.S. citizens given by the U.S. Constitution. So if you are natural-born, you get every right that every citizen should have. You are also eligible to become a senator, a representative, or the president. For example, when Barack Obama ran in 2008, people often questioned if he was technically a natural-born citizen. However, it was determined that he was born in Hawaii, which is a state, and therefore makes him natural-born by soil. The last way that we define a citizen in the United States is through naturalization. So a naturalized citizen are people who go through the legal means of becoming a citizen. In order to become a naturalized U.S. citizen, you must go through several steps. You will find out more about naturalization later this week. Remember, you need to be thinking of ways to help the refugees that have entered our country. Is there a way to incorporate the definition of a citizen into your proposed plan? These are the things that you need to be thinking of as you go along in this project. Don't forget that our goal is the proposed plan for the United States.